But man, coming into one, watch for Butcher there in the number 60 to move up. I know that he's very fast. And Elliott O in the 113. Lights are out, Jonathan.
Here we go.
Jonathan, explain to the crowd this perfect group. The next complex they're coming through is called what?
It's the McConaughey complex because it's all right, and all right.
Nice. I love it.
Got a laugh from Jesse. That's all that matters. That's made my day.
And most of these are Texans, so they're going to like that. Their former governor or their future governor, Matthew McConaughey.
He's not got there yet.
All right, all right, all right. As they come in, the pace lights are off. This is all. I'm getting excited, you can tell. This is always one of my favorite groups. And some of my best friends in vintage racing are in this group, so let's have a good race here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and as we go through, tell us about some of these guys, because I'm always interested in the kind of cats that do this kind of racing, because they're always interesting to know about. As you can see, the pace car coming off now, and we are 2 by 2, getting ready for the start. That means that Simon Hughes will decide when to accelerate away, and what he'll try to do is get away as quickly as he can. Because it is a long way up that hill. This is the second longest straight at the Circuit of the Americas.
Come on, line up, people.
20 cars in all. Come on, people. Yep, bring it, bring it, bring it. And they're going to lose out if they're not careful because it's a long run up that hill. But away we go then, and it's led by the poleman in the number 9 on the right-hand side of your screen, Simon Hughes. As they jostle for position, good positioning by Brett Nash as he swing shots round and slingshots round into the lead. And that was almost inevitable, wasn't it?
Yep.
He had a great start there from the outside, which is the racing line. But, well, we've seen in earlier races that you can go from the inside and make it through. But he did. Nicely done then. Brett Nash, Burt Nash, excuse me, leads the way in the 55.
Simon Hughes is not going to be excited. That number 9 there that the camera's following, not going to be excited about that start. But look for Devin Butcher in that car that's venting out a little bit of fuel
I was
here.
just wondering what he was dropping there.
Now, that body of that car usually sits higher, but they lowered the body to the car and giving it a little bit more aero, and it's a really fast car.
Yeah, as you can see, we've got 2 distinct groups. We've got 4 now, a lead group of 4. Here it comes, over 10 and down towards 11. Big bump here, right in the middle of the breaking point of 11. You'll see it right there. And just upsets the car a little bit, but these cars don't have a lot of ride height suspension. They're not that low. You can see for yourself how low they are. That's one low. That's the one that's puffing smoke. I don't think it's actually dropping anything. It's just puffing. A little maybe mixture change for that. But not dropping anything down on the road. But that top 4 now, heading down the back straight.
Yeah, speaking of dropping, I saw Shatwell dropping something on the corner coming out of 11, but he's still moving through pretty well as Simon Hughes comes up right behind Burt Nash.
Into 12 they go then. And that lead continues. I love the yellow wheels. Perfect.
The great thing about these cars back in the day when they raced them is you blow your engine at the racetrack, you go to a junkyard, and they've got stacks of VW Beetle engines or any of the parts. And now they're starting to get a little bit more rare.
Yeah, there's still plenty of spare parts for these cars, though. And you can figure it out, too.
Yeah, air-cooled, easy to do. They're running the fan. That is a rule with the vintage Formula V that you do have to run the fan, the shroud. There's some certain parts that you have to be running here as they come around the McConaughey complex. But this looks like it's going to be a pretty close race. Let's see if Simon Hughes can get a good run. I know him to be a very fast driver off of here. And if he and Devin Butcher, who are kind of teammates, if they can work together, I think they can get around Nash.
Well, that group of 4 has stayed together, but it's being caught by the second group. Here they come.
Simon Hughes, good run off of 20, though. Look at that, right behind him.
Now he's got a chance. Here we go.
The draft is so important, Jonathan.
Yeah, and Hughes, remember, pole position. He's going to want that back, and here he comes. Side by side, he's got the inside line as he'll get to the top of the hill. But as we saw last time out, Nash was able to slingshot round the race line and hold on to the lead. Through comes the 19, or the 18, Pierce Crone. And down they come through too. Now it's a distinct group of 3. Nice drone shot, almost hitting the tower there. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was a great shot as they come around here, and you can see the cars really move. I think Pierce might be having some trouble or might have missed a shift because he really fell off there. And now watch for Hunter Barron in this in his dad's car there in that like silver Cromlin car. But the 777 goes pretty wide there. Mark Felson. And we were talking about the rhythm of those S's.
Yeah.
You get into a rhythm, and then the rhythm changes dramatically.
Big time. That's the one thing that shocked me. I wasn't expecting it. I was trying to, you know, understand it, or it looked like it was just going to be a rhythm. And suddenly you're hard on the anchors to get through turn 5. So really interesting.
Oh,
look at this. This is the second battle now, the second group. And it's 3 wide, and the signal's being made. I don't know, is it get out of the way, or you're after you, sir, or not?
I think he's saying get out of the way. That's Hunter Barron, one of our really fast drivers. Won some SCCA championships in his day in Formula V. And I think he's hating to see that top group go away from him, because I know he wanted to mix it up there in the top at his home track, Circuit of the Americas.
You know, you can tell our cameramen are now coming into their own. It's getting into the golden hour, and they're all tightening up now and just getting some really nice silhouette shots down that back straight. Good stuff, boys. Been out there all day.
That's Williamson in the 103. The number 32, that's Cassandra Barron, so that's Hunter's sister, I believe, there.
Here's the man puffing smoke, but he's okay. It's the 103 of John Williamson in that Caldwell D13, another with the yellow wheels. It's one of the oldest cars, you said, or one of the most famous cars.
Yeah, they made a lot of those in Auto Dynamics. I like the Martini livery on this one.
It doesn't quite look like the Williams Formula One, does it? Or one of those Audi Quattros that won in the Rally Championship. But hey, it doesn't matter.
That's Jason White having a blast out there.
Look at this. From above, you really see just how they're dicing, especially the different lines through here. It's one of my favorite complexes, this. And 19 is off camber, the exit of 19. You've got to be so careful just as you power through there. And it's a fast corner, fast left-hander, and it's so easy to get dragged out to the outside.
Here they come.
Saw a race won in Formula Regional earlier today by a move up the inside. In fact, it was yesterday. And really cool to see that. Hughes then extending his lead over Nash. Boucher still in third. Crone fourth. Felson fifth. Barron sixth. The two Barrons, in fact, sixth and seventh. Then Williamson, White, and Stranard in 10th position.
It's been so neat to see the cars come up to turn 1, because you can see how they've set up their suspensions. This is a great shot here, 3 wide, and you can see how different the cars are set up as they go over the bumps.
Another big bump coming up just through there. There you go, there. That caught out of quite a few MotoGP riders when they came here.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
It's going to be more resurfacing here. Remember, the track's now 11 years old. It's not old, but you know, it's a fair bit of weathering over a decade. But what a success story for Texas this has been. Truly unbelievable, really.
Timothy Little, the little engine that could right there.
He really is.
In a Lynx Formula V.
Yeah, it's hard to pick what, you know, I've always noticed in sort of Formula Ford, Formula V, it really doesn't matter what the bodywork is. These cars are so equally yoked in terms of competition. And it doesn't matter whether you have a 2021 car or a 1972 car. You can run them just as hard.
Do you think you take our best Formula V drivers and then drop a Max Verstappen in one and just say, go at it with these guys? I would love to know how that would shake out.
It would shake out that Max would take a couple of laps and then he'd annihilate the competition.
Yeah, I think he'd drop back to like 6th, and then all of a sudden he'd gap them by, you know, the whole back straight or something.
Because you used the wrong example. Max is one of those guys that actually would relish the opportunity to race something like this.
I'm pretty sure Christian Horner would say no to that.
Yeah, maybe.
But look at this. I love it when they do this in the groups of 3 or 4 or faster in the draft. So it's really fun to watch how they're going to work together. They have hand signals for each other to try to move up through.
Is there much of a draft without wings?
There is, yeah. You'd be surprised that they, you can watch the, sometimes I'll put GoPros on the cars, and they do get a little bit quieter when they suck in behind the draft there.
Good to know.
Because you're still moving air.
Exactly, you're moving air. That's it. It's physics. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the 56. Is that right?
Yep.
I thought it was. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Scott Alif. He's moving up. There he is. No, that's Jason Puner. I'm still looking for Shatwell out there.
I think he's just ahead of Puma. Because certainly Shapwell and Puma lined up together in 19th and 20th position. Gap from Hughes to Burke Nash, just 0.3, so it's a good battle at the front. We're trying to see all the battles, as we should, but you can see for yourself on the graphics, just 0.3 of a second. That's a close Formula V race.
We've got side-by-side coming up into turn 1, and look at this. This is some good racing happening here.
Yeah, turning out to be a good race.
That's Daryl Thornley in that, well, it says 19, right? And I'm showing 19, Daryl Thornley, but that's not gray.
It's gray and yellow.
Dwight Calkins in the Lynx B. You can really see him bouncing down the hill.
Yeah, like I said, rudimentary cars, simple suspension, simple bodywork, simple engine. Couldn't get more simple. And easy, therefore, to maintain. And I think that's the key in motor racing. It's not the purchase price, it's the maintaining of, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it's difficult to drive. Everything you said was kind of easy, but then difficult to drive. Difficult to drive fast.
Yeah.
And that makes for really good drivers. Here's the battle for the lead.
This is the lead, yeah. Here we go. And I said it was 0.3, but you can see it's almost less than that now. Butcher right there as well. So the top three, you can throw a blanket over them. Excellent racing. And at the moment, it is Hughes who's managed to get back into the front, having lost the lead at the start. Yeah, but he hasn't been able to shake him off yet.
That little battle has put Butcher kind of right behind him, too. So now any weird move that happens here, and now 4 wheels over the white line should be out of bounds. Just ask Devin Butcher about that.
Yes, I was at the I was at your SVRA drivers briefing and getting all the rules and regulations read, but always interesting to lean in and hear what the race director is looking for and not looking for.
We have different rules on different series this weekend.
Course.
Like I've just heard that the finish line for Trans Am is down there towards turn 1, which is good because we can get a drag race maybe if the ending is close. Oh, white flag is out.
And we've got a three-way battle for the last lap.
Yeah, watch Butcher come up. Now, if we could stay with this shot with this group of cars, we can really see how much higher Burke Nash's car is than Hughes, and then Butcher's car is dragging on the ground like Lewis Hamilton.
Well, here comes Simon Hughes on the inside. He's got the better line into the turn in. He just needs to maintain it, get the elbows out, and he's got it. Yeah, nicely done. It's not over yet, though. The next opportunity really is after the S's and coming into 11, because it's risky business taking or doing an overtake. It can be done. And it's going to be a surprise attack if you pull it off, but really just one race line through here. And if you take a gamble and try to go offline and make a move, it can end in tears and end with you going off on the marbles and slipping off the track. And of course, once you get to either side of the track, then you can hit the rumble strips and upset the car as well. Now the climb uphill through 7 and 8. And again, you can see just one line from above. It's obvious. Sometimes when you're low down, it isn't quite so. Nothing to do here at 10. You've just got to get over it. And then the run under the little mini bridge there to 11. Now's the first real chance for an overtake. But it's a double-edged sword, because do you want to overtake here and then potentially get re-overtaken in the long run down to 12?
Watch for these two to try to work together. Butcher's going to try to get right back in the draft to push both of them forward to give either one of them a chance at Hughes, as Hughes tries to snake out and break that air.
I don't know what idiot put GoPros on those cars. They're slowing them down.
I know. A little bit of drag there, and Butcher's kind of pushing out. Look at this.
Here we go, side by side between the two pair of them. It's been this way all race long, but back goes the pole man into the lead. Now it's the last of the late breakers into 12. Hughes, though, can't quite pull it off. And that was good racing from Nash. Running out of corners, though. Next opportunity on the inside of 15 in my mind.
Come on, Petunia.
Well, he's got a run on him. Here we go, through 13 and now 14. Coming up to 15. A double apex here. So that's the first apex, and then you turn it wide and cross again, but no overtake here. Now it's the triple apex, no overtake through there. Next opportunity really could be 19, but that is very foolhardy in my opinion. And then last corner is 20. So I think we're going to stay as we are. Line astern now through the last 3 corners.
Anything can happen, Jonathan.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Nash
Last
just
chance.
holding on, and it's going to be close. There it is. He's going for it at 20. Here we go. We're going to get the shot. Side by side, and he's got him. Hughes. Nash, who's it going to be? And Butcher. But it's going to be the number 9, Simon Hughes, the pole man, who takes the win. And what a great race that was. I said there's a possibility at 20, and he took it.
I wonder what happened there to Burke Nash. Unbelievable. That was a lot of fun. Simon Hughes has got to be really happy about that, but let's see what else is coming up, because I think the next group is going to be, the next group back there was pretty close as well.
So there you go. Good little race between the 3 of them, and they pulled away from the chasing pack. So it's Hughes, Butcher, and Nash. Crone, Barons, 5th and 6th. Felson, 7th. Williamson, 8th. White, 9th. Strannard goes to 10th. McDowell goes up to 9th.
Well, that was a fun race. I never got to see Mark Shatwell out there, and I think
well, you
because
said
I just assumed
he
he'd be in a brown car.
Maybe he pulled out.
He was dropping something.
So we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more hijinks and fun here at the Circuit of the Americas after this.